What if your body isn't the problem? What if it's the only one in the room telling the truth? Your pelvis goes into hiding. Your jaw locks up tighter than a suburban mom's opinions about pineapple on pizza. Your breathing becomes so shallow that you sound like you're doing Lamaze for an anxiety attack. And the most maddening part, this happens with people you actually want to fuck. Because here's the tea. When your body seems to be having a completely different experience than your mind, it's speaking a language most of us were never taught to understand. And once you learn to decode it, everything changes. Your body isn't sabotaging your sexuality for shits and giggles. It's not being the ultimate cockblock because it hates fun. Your whole nervous system remembers. And it's still running those outdated security protocols like some kind of biological antivirus software from 1995. Humans, we're special. We've decided that shaking and trembling after stressful experiences is unprofessional or weak or attention seeking. So instead of discharging that energy, we just hold on to it forever. Like emotional hoarders collecting trauma responses in our hip flexors. It's like having subtitles for your nervous system. Instead of just noticing, I feel tense, you start tracking where exactly is the tension. What does it want to do? What is it trying to tell me? Instead of fighting your body's responses, you follow them. Instead of seeing tension as the enemy, you get curious about what the story is that it's trying to tell you. Because often your body just needs to finish a conversation it started years ago. Think of it this way. Your body is like a very honest drunk person at a party. It cannot lie. What if your shoulder tension is organized around the belief, I have to be perfect to be loved? What if your pelvic holding is based on receiving makes me vulnerable to attack? What if your shallow breathing comes from taking up space is dangerous? David Berceli developed TRE after watching animals in the wild literally shake off traumatic experiences. A zebra gets chased by a lion, escapes, then stands there trembling for a few minutes before going back to normal zebra business. TRE recognizes that shaking, trembling, and involuntary movement are how your nervous system downloads updates and clears its cache. But what if I told you that's exactly what your body needs to finally release years of stored tension? What if that shaking is actually your nervous system going, oh, thank God, finally we get to let go of all this old shit we've been carrying around? Imagine your body as a map. And different areas are like different countries with their own customs, their own languages, their own immigration policies. Some countries are super welcoming to visitors. They're like sexual Amsterdam, very open and permissive. Other countries are more like sexual North Korea, heavily guarded, restricted access, papers please. You're treating your body like a wise collaborator instead of a machine that should perform on command. One client told me their breakthrough moment was when they gave themselves permission to grunt during an orgasm instead of making pretty sounds. That grunt was their body finally expressing years of effort and intensity that had been suppressed in favor of performance. Here's something I want to normalize. Your body's authentic responses to sexual experiences might look absolutely nothing like what you see in movies, porn, or romance novels. And that's not a bug, that's a feature. Maybe you need to keep your eyes open during orgasm because closing them feels too vulnerable. Maybe you need to hold onto your partner's hand the entire time because it helps you feel grounded. Maybe you need to laugh after intense experiences because that's how your nervous system processes intensity. When you start honoring your body's actual responses rather than performing what you think sexuality should look like, you're engaging in embodied consent. Not just saying yes with your mouth, but feeling yes throughout your entire system. Your sexual healing isn't about becoming some idealized version of a liberated lover who never has complicated responses. It's about developing a relationship with your body based on genuine partnership, honoring its wisdom while gently creating conditions where it might feel safe enough to try new experiences. Your body is brilliant. It's not sabotaging your sexuality. It's protecting something precious while waiting for sufficient safety to emerge.